Hi, Mark DeJesus here, and I want to talk to you about how to find safe people, especially when it comes to the healing of areas of your heart, dealing with brokenness, or sharing things that are of deep struggle. It's important, incredibly important, that we find safe people to process with, because it's all about trust. When we have trust in our lives, things are great in relationships. In fact, relationships are very simple. They flow. There's so much that can be done. There's so much that can be talked about. When trust is compromised, everything gets complicated. Everything gets harder. Everything gets more challenging. There's more stress. There's more overthinking. There's more survival. There's a lot of recovery, because when trust is lost, it takes lots and lots of effort and time to recover it. And we all have areas where we've experienced relationships that were not safe, people that were not trustworthy. And I'm going to take it a little bit deeper. We've all at times ourselves been unsafe, and at times been not so trustworthy in our life. And I recognized this dynamic when I was pastoring. A woman came up to me. She really spoke her mind, wore her feelings on her sleeve, and she was new to the church at the time, and she knew that I did personal sessions with people. And she said, "You know what? I'm never getting personal ministry from that guy." And I knew what it was going to do. It was going to cause me to kind of react in a harsh way, or to defend, or how dare you speak to me in that way. And this is what I said back. I said, "You know what? I don't know that I would trust me either, so I understand." And it deflated her response, because one of the things I understand is that trust has to be developed over time. We can't rush it. Sometimes we jump into it so fast because we need trust. We want quality relationships, but we don't understand that it takes time and investment to build those solid relationships. I want to encourage you to check out our podcast episode 156, where we talk about safe relationships and some dynamics about how to process it. This specific video is meant to help you find safe people, some keys that you can practice in your life to help you process through the life of your heart in an atmosphere of love and an atmosphere of grace, where you feel safe to process through, but also empowered in those interactions, where those people become oftentimes your biggest cheerleaders, and they walk alongside of your healing journey. The first thing you want to look at is you want to look at their relational track record. Do they have a lot of drama in their life? Do they come to you with all this baggage of stuff that's been connected to them, where they tend to blame everyone else on this situation and that situation, and when I was at this church, and then when I went to this church, and then when I went to this thing, and you see over and over again, oh my goodness, drama follows this person. They don't have strong relational credibility in their life. That can be the first warning sign. So you want to look at, and that takes time to examine, what's their relational track record and history. Secondly, is we also want to look at, are they a good listener? Is this person a good listener? Are they active in their listening? And this is a very high quality relational skill. Not a lot of people are good listeners. It's one of the reasons why we don't have safe interactions. A lot of times we share something and they're quick to jump in and hijack the conversation. So you want to ask yourself, how do they treat the things that I bring in the conversation? What do they do with those subjects? What do they do with their issues? Do they quickly jump into their story? "Oh, yeah, that happened to you. I remember when this happened to me." And they don't allow you to process through. Another dangerous thing that they can say that shows they're a terrible listener is when you share, they go, "Yeah, I don't struggle with that." That is a number one thing to say that completely makes someone feel pushed down and small and unloved, is when we do things like that. Or they jump to giving you quick advice, something quick that they share with you to just try to fix you because they're uncomfortable with your brokenness. They're uncomfortable of the pain that you just shared. So why don't you try this, or why don't you try that? That's a sign of a terrible listener. And all of us need to improve in our ability to sit, listen, take in, connect, empathize, share the journey with them, and not just hurry on to the next thing or rush to just share whatever you have to say. The third thing we want to check is this an honest person? Can you be honest with them? Do you feel like they're honest with you? Do you feel like they can handle honesty? Can you process interactions honestly, or is everything just kind of shell? Is everything just kind of fabricated and phony, constant masks? Do they constantly talk about God with a lot of cliches? Well, God is good all the time, and da-da-da-da, this and that. And they over-spiritualize everything, but you can't just be honest with them. They can't just get real about life and the difficulties. It's probably not a safe person. Number 4 has to do with the vulnerability factor. Do they share vulnerably with you at any level? How do they treat other people when other people are vulnerable? So when someone else shares something and it gets vulnerable, how does this person react and respond to that? It's a sign of whether or not they're a safe person. Also, the subject of discretion. How do they handle information that you share? Is it guarded and protected? How do they handle information, secrets of the heart, personal struggles of other people? If someone comes to you and is sharing all the garbage about everybody else, it is a sign to you this person is probably not safe. Last, and I got this from a friend of mine, Chris Fields, and she talks about testing the waters. A great way that you can see if someone is a safe person is bring up a conversation, bring up a topic. It may be related to something you want to share, it may not be. Throw it out there and test the waters and see how this person responds. Do they respond with respect and honor? Do they shoot it with condemnation and judgment? Or do they handle it with care? You see, this is an important sign to you of if I share the things of my heart, will they respond to me in a safe way? So these are some simple steps that you can apply to find safe people in your life. And know that it's challenging. You're not just going to find them everywhere you go. I know there's a lot of unsafe people out there, but you can find the safe ones. If you're willing to walk the process, allow God to heal your life, give you some healthy perspectives, but also some practical ways that you can engage new relationships. And most of all, you want to make it your aim to be a safe person. That when people come to you, that you are safe in how you treat what comes to you in relationship. The more that you are a safe person, the more I believe it'll be easier and quicker for you to find safe people where you can process the life of your heart, process pain, process brokenness in a healthy, productive, and effective way. I pray this helps you. Send me your thoughts and your questions, and I look forward to empowering you on your transformational journey. God bless you.